Hi everybody, today we are talking about night eating syndrome and 5 nutritional tips. So nutrition is going to be a huge part of your healing journey, not only making sure you're eating enough, but you're eating the right things in the right amounts, and also foods that are really truly going to nourish you, your system, and help you be free of this forever. So I'm going to go through 5 tips today, nice and simple. Number 1, avoid stimulants. So people don't love to hear this. I know we thrive on our morning coffee. We love our glass of wine at night, your sugar here, whatever it is for you. But this is 100% necessary in my opinion. Some people have found they're fine with coffee, but I do like all of my clients, and in my book I mentioned I like 30 days without, and this is for a few reasons. Number 1, like an elimination diet, we cut something out, we find out when we add it back in if it's a trigger for us. So you're going to take a little break, you might add it back in and find out you are fine with it. Then you can keep it in, it's totally up to you. But it also gives your body a break. So many people with night eating disorder have issues with cortisol, adrenals. Their bodies are burnt out from not getting that proper rest and repair at night. So having a full break from a heavy stimulant like caffeine can be super helpful. Another is I do find a lot of people have gut health issues. This is because the digestive system is under a lot of distress eating at night. So giving that break, coffee can be hard on people who have gut issues. Giving that break to your gut can be a really, really good thing. I love things like herbal tea or dandy blend. These days I add in green tea and matcha I love, but I do recommend going fully caffeine free for at least a month and then adding it back in and see how much it's affecting your progress and your sleep. For me, I'm fine with matcha. Every time I add back in coffee, I still have it as a treat, but it's not always worth it. It can lead to me waking up at night along with other sleep, cortisol, stress issues. Other stimulants, alcohol, sugar, anything that's going to get you in that wired state, we want to take a break from. Again, add it back in when you're ready, but giving that solid break will help you figure out if it's a trigger for you, but also give your system that full rest that it is so deeply desiring, and it's going to help you get that deep, restful sleep. One thing I love hearing from clients is when they're like, I don't know the last time I got this deep, restful, beautiful sleep, and that is life-changing. Our sleep is essential to our health, to how we feel, and if you've suffered from night eating disorder for a long time, or night eating syndrome, whatever you want to call it, you're missing out on that. So I want you to have that back in your life. Next up, have protein at every meal. So the reason for this is protein not only has a lot of things that our bodies need, including amino acids, things like omegas, especially in our fish and our eggs. It's also going to keep your blood sugar level stable. It's going to keep you much fuller. It's going to give your muscles fuel if you're active. Like there's so many things that our body needs protein for. But a big thing is most people are under eating in the day with night eating disorder and then being hungry at night. The more protein people tend to eat, they tend to feel fuller. And everyone has reported back to me for the most part that when they're under their protein, they see a direct link to waking up at night. So that can look like several things. It can be, adding a scoop of protein powder to your morning oatmeal, adding a can of tuna to your daily sandwich, having tofu, tempeh, fish, meat, whatever it is with dinner. I like to have at least one snack with protein. So that could be a protein pudding, maybe some yogurt or dairy-free yogurt with a scoop of plant protein mixed in. I do recommend getting one that's totally unsweetened if possible, just because sweeteners can also cause digestive issues and sometimes affect cortisol. So ideally, we're going to go for a totally unsweetened, pure protein, add that into our yogurt, whatever it is, maybe some nuts, and you're good to go. Next up, avoid fake sugars and fillers. So a lot of these processed foods, even ones that are organic or labeled healthy, can wreak havoc on your gut. They can affect blood sugar for some people and they can affect cortisol for some people. There's a lot of mixed research on this, but through personal experience, I have found that it really affects my sleep and my night eating. So if I have too much, even stevia or things like monk fruit, which often have erythritol in it, which can cause gut havoc for some, even stevia has been reported to affect cortisol for some. So for me, it's just better to avoid it. Also, having those fake sweeteners tends to make me crave more of it. So when I wake up, I'm wanting more sweet. I'm wanting something to satisfy that because I'm getting this sweet flavor, but I'm not getting the calories, and my body's going, hey, something's up. I want something more. So ideally, we want to stick to that really like whole food, natural diet. You guys, I'm not against packaged foods or junk food or anything like that. But in the case of night eating disorder, most of us are nutrient deprived. We have hormone imbalances. We have some stuff going on. And the more we can get that natural, like really nourishing diet, we're going to get all those things our bodies are missing, and things are more likely to regulate on their own. So we can do it. I know it's hard, but totally worth it. Next up, healthy fats galore. So another big thing a lot of us have are blood sugar imbalances. So we want those whole, healthy, natural fats. So nuts, olive oil, avocado, seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds you can sprinkle on your meals. Again, this is going to help regulate your system, balance your blood sugar, give your hormones all those nourishing things that it needs. Super, super helpful. Add it into your snacks, add it into your meals. A lot of us have histories of disordered eating, and we are so scared of fats, but do not fear the fats. Your body needs it, your brain needs it. And again, this is a whole body thing. This is night eating disorder is an eating disorder, and eating disorders are partly psychological and they're partly physical. There's a lot going on. So we need to feed our brain all that good, healthy stuff too. Healthy fats are going to be super helpful. And last and not least, plan your days in advance. So again, many of us have histories of not knowing how to eat properly in the day or eat enough. So I do recommend calculating what your maintenance calories for your activity level, your weight, your height, etc. would be. Going higher protein, higher fat, moderate carbs, again, to balance your blood sugar. Planning that out, you can use something like MyFitnessPal and plan your days in advance to make sure you're eating enough. If you're not doing something like that, or that's too triggering for you, still plan out your days and just go, okay, I'm going to have 3 meals, 2 snacks, make sure I have protein in all my meals, and at least one of my snack, I have a healthy fat at each meal and snack, and I have a moderate amount of carbs for energy. If you're super active, go higher on those carbs. Everybody's going to be a little bit different here, which is why I like to work with people one-on-one, but figure out what works for you. If you're still getting up and eating, you might need to eat more. Never underestimate that. We need your body and your brain to get the fuel it needs to sleep. I hope this is helpful, you guys. I have written my night eating disorder book if you want a little bit more. I also offer one-on-one coaching. I wish you all the best in this journey. I am so deeply grateful to do this work, to be healed from this. I know how frustrating it is when you're in it. And I just want to show a lot of compassion for you, to tell you that you're not alone and that there is hope. I hope this advice helps you, and we'll see you soon.